wonderful day to you. Welcome to another segment of Possibilities with Esther. I am Esther James, as you know, all the way from NTR TV, bringing to you this motivational, inspirational, and of course, sometimes entertaining program just to channel your mindset into the possibilities of life, okay? So last week we talked about how to find your passion and also how to differentiate between your passion and your hobby. I hope you didn't miss it. If you missed the last week's segment, please, I urge you to go on our NTR TV YouTube channel to find the link. I bet you will not regret it. And today I have a special guest on this segment. It's not just me. This guest is very special to me. Like, you know, when I emphasize on the very, it means she happens to be the first youngest guest ever on this platform. She will blow your mind. So please don't change this channel. Don't go anywhere. Stick with us as I introduce this wonderful lady. She is 13 years old. I call her a lady and a woman. I don't call her a child. If you see her profile, oh my God, you say this is a woman there because her mindset is already formed. She already knows her vision. She already knows her passion, and she has impacted a lot in community, in her environment, and also globally. She is 13 years old, all the way from Pakistan, a youngest professional stand-up comedian in Pakistan. Youngest stand-up comedian. Yes, I bet you. Theater actress, created plays for children's rights, underage marriages, child abuse, gender equality, showcased at Children's Literature Festival. Ambassador for a community building game called Me We, which binds communities together in a playful manner. Youngest social entrepreneur ever selected by the National Incubation Center, working with 2 NGOs for the Women's Entrepreneurship Development Program. And she has her own social enterprises start up to address SDGs. Apart from that, she is also ambassador and panelist for International Children's Month. It is an honor to introduce to you this wonderful lady, Raiha Fatima, on Possibilities for today. Hello, young lady. I'm so happy and excited to have you on our program.
Thank you so much, Esther. It's a pleasure being on here. And when you were introducing me, I'm like, oh my God, that's my introduction, right? So yeah, it's amazing. So I'm Raheen. I am 13 years old and I'm from Pakistan. I do a lot of things, well, a lot of them, which counts that I'm a stand-up comedian, I'm a writer, an entrepreneur, a volunteer teacher, a theater actress, and an interviewer. So I've done about 500 interviews.
500 interviews. Esther James has to be the 501 person that you interview, because I will be so honored to have you interview me. Okay, Raya,
oh my God. I'd love to have you on, Esther.
I'm looking forward to that. You made mention you're also a teacher. Are there other things that you can tell us more? How can you define yourself? How can you define?
I feel like one way that I would define myself is unorthodox. So pretty much all of the things that I've done in life are unorthodox. The way that I make notes, the way that, you know, right from school, the way, you know, the games that I play. And then it all came down to my passion that I chose, which is not so common in the kids that are my age. So yeah, unorthodox or unique is something that the word that I'd use to define myself.
Wow, an orthodox. I love that. I would like to compare it with an antidote. You're an antidote for a community. That is my definition for you. Take that and add it on your definition, okay? So let's go to our second question, which I'm so curious. The inspiration behind you being a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. So, I feel like there's one main inspiration, and it was basically for starting my professional career, and that was when my brother was diagnosed with blood, and it was at the point when he was in the ICU that I realized. I saw him, I was like, nobody in this entire world, no matter how they are, can ever guarantee my lifetime or just how much time I can live. So I'm like, do I know that I can live up to 18 years? Do I know, will I be able to die making impact, helping people around me? And I feel like that was just kind of moment that it hit me that I have to start whatever I have to do now. And I got emotional. Um, and I feel like I did the right thing and I started. So I started thinking and like exploring my interest. I went to painting classes, sculpting classes. I went to coding classes, and nothing really excited me. But then I saw stand-up comedy and I was like, whoa, now this is cool. And I just started performing at open mics, and that's where my writing came in, my entrepreneurship came in. So basically, from that basis, everything just, beautifully came out.
Of you already, maybe when people hear about comedy, it's been spotted firstly from your family and friends, where maybe you find out that you make people happy around you. Was there something like that in you that you felt, okay, since I make people happy, I should start up this thing?
Yeah, I mean, it was my dad's suggestion because I was the clown of the class. I was, the clown of any like conversation. I was the one that made my cousins laugh. I made my aunts and uncles laugh, and I made my dad laugh the most. And it's like those kind of jokes that were like very relatable. So I feel like that's also where it kind of just began.
So it means, I'm first of all, I'm so sorry about your brother, and I hope God heals him as soon as possible. Something good came out of it, which is you that walking you from the reality, like you saw, what if you were the one? And I think these are most of the things that people tend to ignore. When they are healthy, they don't think of tomorrow until when they see someone in a critical situation, and then we begin to think, what if it's us? What can we do? Should we just be on the bed with our dreams staring at us like this? So would you say that your comedy actually put a smile on your family? Because I know that must be a challenging period for your family.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, if there's one person that is affected by any disease, it is the entire family that goes through it. It's like I was with my grandparents, and my mom and dad were away at the hospital, so we see each other once a month. And imagine how hard that is for like a 10-year-old to survive, on their own in their grandparents' house. And I had never like lived alone, so it was very hard. But when I started stand-up comedy, it just brought smiles to not just my parents' or my family's faces, but everybody's faces. There's times where I refuse to smile at all. I mean, at all. And then I felt like, oh my God, people come with their office buddies, people come with their sweethearts, people come with everybody, and they just come and enjoy themselves because of the relatability that there is in my life and their life, that thing that is in common. So I was like, just, wow.
Let me confess this to you. The moment we speak, the moment I speak with you, there's this spirit you have that makes me smile. I just want to look at your face and I smile. Even without you saying anything, I just smile. So I would like to ask you this question. As a young lady, you, for this age, do you think your profession kind of affects your childhood experience? Every child has this childhood experience. Do you think that the duty you do, the work you do, affects you? Kind of missed out with the fun of being a teenager?
It's very interesting, and you're the first one that ever asked that, and I love you for that, Esther.
Thank
And
you.
it is, and it is that I have never missed out on anything. That be teenage gossip, that be anything, I don't miss out, and it's because of the way that I've been, really just been able to manage time, and I'm so proud of that, and that's like the most thing that I pride myself over in my achievements, and that is that I can still binge watch Netflix. I can go through like many episodes at a time. I can binge watch. I can go out. Before the interview, I was taking a walk in the park. So this is something that I have to strike a balance with. Now, I can't give a lot of my time. Of course, I have to schedule things that mean chats with my friends and hanging out and going out for shopping. So I feel like that is something that I've never missed because of my time management and because of my parents understanding the fact that if I am so professional, if I'm acting like I don't know, like a 60-year-old by now, does not mean that I am not a 13-year-old. So yeah, they let me enjoy and go wild.
Okay, talking about time, I love the fact that you can manage time. I am struggling. I am 35 years old, will be 36. I'm still struggling with managing my time. So how do your friends, your colleague, I'm so curious to know, your friends, you try to go out with your friends. When you are trying to manage your time, don't they feel like, she's too serious, or kind of you feel the level of their thinking does not connect with you? Do you go through this kind of experience?
Sure. That does. I mean, I'm hanging out with people that are like my grandpa's age, and like they're my very nice friends. I do projects with them. Like, dude, you're turning in an old dude. And again, it is that something, but it is an art of relatability that I think keeps me going, at least because I have to be relatable in every conversation that I have. Right here, I have to be relatable to you. And then when I talk to my 5-year-old brother, I have to be relatable to him. So I have to be relatable. And when I'm going there, I'm talking about boy bands. I'm talking about what's been going on. I'm talking about how hard math homework is. So I'm talking about what they like and what is something that is, a certain age group would like. It's not that I necessarily would gossip, but something that is appropriate for me to talk about. But if I'm talking professionally, then I have to show my professionalism there. Yes, they make fun of me saying that I'm an old person, and it's like if I'm like out with my cousins, and then in the middle I'm like, oh my god, I just scheduled this interview and I have to do it like right now, and they're like, do you have to? And then I do this interview and I get this over in like 20 minutes, and then I run back to them. So these things do happen, but I feel like my friends have learned to bear with me, honestly.
And I'm very sure they are learning a lot from you. Like when I was going through your profile, trust you, it was difficult for me to just compile all your professionalism into one word that can describe you. You are described with so many things, Fatma. You are described with so many powerful things that it takes a lot of years for some of us to achieve it. And you achieve it within the shortest period of time. What are your most close projects?
So I work on many things, and even now many things are like stirring up, many things are happening. So, let's go over it. So I am the ambassador. I am youth ambassador for the SDGs, for the SDG Academy of Pakistan. And I am also the ambassador of the Me game, which is basically a board game that can be played physically and online, which binds the community together using SDGs and a lot of values, talents, so many things. So it's amazing. And I am also the ambassador, and I'm also looking after Pakistan and all the, love, care, and respect activity happening here in Pakistan for International Children's Month. So I basically advocate for the love, care, and respect of children, and we do sessions and panels with children that are my age or older, children there are children and tell how they want to be loved and cared and respected, and how important that is for their social and emotional growth, also the well-being of the society and the community. So that's one thing that I talk about. And well, gosh, there's so many things, it's like I'm running, oh my God, I'm running out of my memory. So that's how many things that I do.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Well, yeah, I do many things. So I think these things just keep would keep popping up. So I'll keep mentioning as much as I can with everything that is relevant.
You are so sweet. I'm so happy to have you on this program. And I have another question I would like to know, because our viewers are from Africa, and we would like to hear more about Pakistan lifestyle. So, but I will come on this question for you after our commercial break. So I will be right back with more questions. Stay with us. Okay, so we have heard from the youngest lady in possibilities for today. Her profile is mind-blowing. I'm challenged, I'm inspired, I am motivated by this young lady with all the things she is doing. You can't give an excuse to say that you are not privileged, or you are not capable of, or anything. No, until you find yourself in that situation, I bet you will find your passion out. You will find out that you are destined to do something. So stay with us on Possibilities as we go on a commercial break, and we will continue with Rahan Fatima from Pakistan. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back to the second segment of Possibilities, and I have a wonderful lady, a wonderful inspirational motivator, stand-up comedian, not only stand-up comedian, youngest stand-up comedian all the way from Pakistan, sharing into her experiences, her project, and we are going into her mindset right now. Rehan Fatima, I'm so happy to have you back again after our commercial break. And before the commercial break, I said I was going to ask you a question about Pakistan. You are already an influencer, a young lady. I don't know much about Pakistan. What is your motivation that you are trying to impact? What is that problem you're trying to find a solution or impact in your community or environment?
Interesting. So Pakistan is honestly a very, very amazing country. We have amazing places to see, not just in terms of, urban places, but if you see some of the villages, and honestly, you just Google it and you'll be like, oh my God. And at times, I travel to certain parts of my country and I'm like, whoa, this is Pakistan, right? And it's just so mind-blowing. So I'm pretty lucky that I live a nomadic life here in Pakistan. So I live in one place for like a year to mostly 3, and then I move on again to another city. So I keep moving around. And I feel like very lucky. I've been in a lot of cities by now in Pakistan. Now, talking about my impact. Now, since I was pretty young, I would see people that were not as financially, independent, or were not so financially empowered, or sometimes they had all the finances they needed, but were not socially empowered, or were not emotionally empowered. So I feel like that is an important thing. And to make an impact, or to now empower somebody, you need finances yourself. That be monetarily, empowering somebody, or in any way possible. And I was like, business, I'm impacting people, I am generating money, I'm contributing to my country's economy, and what else do I need? I've got a good thing, right? And I think that is where it came out, the purpose of my life, and that was to empower everybody around me, regardless of their race or religion or caste or creed, because at times we may miss some people out. And I feel like we shouldn't generalize. If one person from a certain community is a certain way, does not mean the whole community is. So, kill the stereotypes and empower everybody around me. That is, my thing.
It's your thing. There's one thing I picked from what you said. You said you travel. You travel to
Yeah.
different cities. And this is what
Yeah.
some of our youth don't want to leave their comfort zone. And another way to impact on the humanity, you need to know how the other society are living. You need to know what is going on in the other cities. So really bravo. I love that part about your impacting into your community. Now, what are the challenges you go through being who you are?
Oh my God, Esther. I mean, I am so in love with you right now because the thing is that I've been interviewed like a lot, and everybody has the same questions, and you've asked different questions.
Yes.
And it comes down to the challenges because everybody wants to know the sweet part, but not, the part where we need to work. Now, one thing that I'd like to tell before I answer this question, working hard is a very nice thing. But I feel like for whatever success is to you, my definition of success may be different, yours may be different. That one thing I can tell you for sure is that smart work and hard work is needed. If you're just trying to work for something that you have no idea what it is and you're not being smart at the moment, then there's no like sense in, hard working for it or working hard for it. So I feel like hard work and smart work would make that cute, sweet and sour, and then you be the chicken. So like sweet and sour chicken. What I did there? Yeah, I mean, I can be funny sometimes.
Yeah, you are, and I'm liking it.
And so, my challenge is first, imagine an 11-year-old coming and showing professionals. I've heard so many things, and first, I mean, my parents, they believe in me, like right believe in me. And, it's like at times I don't believe in myself, but they're always like with me. But, people that it's not saying the family, but people again, it was very different. And in the place that I live in, it is very unusual for a young girl or any girl to just do what she wants. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But it also happens when she is empowered and surrounded by the right people. And I was, and God sent me down to the right parents, I guess. And I feel, well, every parent's right, but I am lucky. And so is everybody else, but everybody just needs to realize that. And my parents saw the potential and they just wanted me to, explore everything. I've spent a day with a doctor, with a dentist, with so many other professionals so that I see how their life is. And maybe would I want to be something? When I spent a day with an entrepreneur, I was like, I am in love with this. I am in love with stand-up comedy. And there's so many more things. Mm-hmm. So first, being a girl in this society working, and then being an 11-year-old, and then, shifted on from 11 to 12, and then 12 to 13. And, it's been, next week, it's going to be 2 years for like whatever I've been doing. So it's like life has been very, very fast for me. And I love that.
It's so fast because you've achieved so much.
Yeah. And, I was so surprised last night. I was like, wait, in this 2 years, I've got an award. I've been featured in like magazines. I've been featured in newspapers. I've been featured in so many things, and I'm like, I'm just 13. So I had this like personal celebration last night, and I feel like a very big challenge for me is being my age, a girl, and on social media is where I'm pretty active. I get weird messages. That's my way of saying it. I feel to respect a woman on social media is something very important, something I'm very passionate about. And because I've been disrespected a lot of times on social media, I know how it feels. And I've been equally as respected as well. I'm not going to say nobody respects me there. People love me there. I've actually had such little, children send me messages from their parents' accounts and tell me how much they love my interviews and send me feedback as well. So it's amazing. But yet how you choose to use it is also just as effective. And it
Yeah.
makes a huge impact in anybody's life, hearing so many things and talking about one's family when you don't even know or see who they are. So it's
Yeah,
hard.
definitely.
But
Yeah, it's
you know,
hard.
it's something that we have to live with. And I feel like how we are just evolving right now with so many organizations and movements that talk about equality. They do not talk about competition, and they talk about uh, how social media should be a platform where each other, you know, we respect each other. I feel like it's, you know, like an evolution, and we're evolutionizing. So yeah.
Wow. That's I got confused in between is that a challenge, is that a good thing, because it's so mixed up. But really talking about children, for children to use their parents' phone to try to
Mm-hmm.
contact you, it means they are really
Mm-hmm.
being inspired by you. And even if you are an adult, trust me, you will still face this. Some people can just never be satisfied. Like, no
True.
matter, you will watch a very good video on the YouTube, and then when you check out the thumbs down, you see some people press it. And you're like, what? Why would somebody put a thumbs down for this wonderful video? What is your advice for kids, for these children who do not have the support of their children, but then there's something burning inside of them? What is your advice to these young kids?
Uh, See, the thing is that you need to understand what impact it could make in somebody's life. Somebody can be so broken, they might not go out and just express it. It is that it is important. As much as I say, oh my God, I don't care, I've grown such a thicker skin, that is true to some point, but at some point I would feel, but why? just
Yeah.
just look for it and do not hate anybody. Hate is a very, very strong word that I'm using right there. Love, care, and respect. I know sometimes it can be hard, or sometimes you're like, maybe I work so hard but I do not get the recognition. You can reach out to that person, and I am so sure that that person will reply to you if you appropriately text and tell them that you want to do this, and reach out to your parents and just, you know, get their consent and go on with your impact journey, because everybody is here to make an impact, and you better make it or just not make it. So it's better making it, you know, technically, just thinking.
Yeah, they say the environment, our government, our lifestyle, everything is formed by our parents, and it has a whole lot to impact on us as young kids. I can you imagine? I'm defining myself as a young kid at my 35 years old. Oh my God! So for the younger ones, let me say from the age of 8 and above, or from the age of 4, who understand what we're saying, I'm very sure some of them have approached their parents. But you know, parents, they want what they want for us. They want, not that is bad, is good. I'm sure their own influence also affected you, but can you please advise to those parents who do not give their children the chance to express their inner creativity?
uh, I would say, please just give them a chance. You know why? It's because rather than just having a safe lifestyle with a safe degree, that even if you lose one job, you'll get another one. So it's like a safe life. It is better for them to have a fulfilled life. And let me tell you, like right now, I mention my mom and dad everywhere that I go. You'd be that one person, and your children would be your pride, because they'll mention you everywhere that they go. You'll be their sunshine. Or if not, then they grow up to just, you know, they can't wait to be 18 and get out of your clutches, so to say. So I feel just, you know, kind of let go. I know it's hard to just imagine your child's future that isn't safe. Anything could happen. They might be, you know, financial issues, but kind of go at some point. Like, let them enjoy, and then understand and have them spend time with the professionals, and understand that this work may not be appropriate for them, or this work may not be as inspiring or as cool as they thought. And they'll understand. I'm sure they're children, but they have the brains as well.
I pray our parents are listening to this brilliant advice. You made mention about success. This is my most, I love this question. And I love the response. Before you even say it, I'm already excited with the answer. What is your life philosophy? Your mindset to life?
You know, so there's one thing that I want to say before, like a short point I want to say before I answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I feel like where I am now is just because of one thing. I've never took breaks. I haven't ever, took holidays, never reached out to my social media. I've never faced depression or anxiety. It's just because of one thing. When I was about to join in the professional world, my dad did this, I don't know, like a synopsis with me. That's, I think, what he calls it. And he asked me these questions that were about my life. What do I want to do? What are the milestones that I want to reach? And what exactly the impact I want to make? Then how is it going to help me, the people of God, and my religion, right? So how am I giving back? And when I answer these questions, like, okay, you're good to go. It's because when we do not come in with a clear mindset, thoughts get jumbled up, and that is what leads to us not being at times as passionate about our work, or not being so clear in our minds. And that is I think the leading cause of depression. You just go in with, like, you ask yourself questions, and if you're able to answer them, it just goes away. So the point being, my philosophy of life is, I do any action that helps me, the people of God, and my religion. If it helps the three of these things that I know is appropriate religiously, just thinking from like a human perspective, like a moral, perspective, and align with my personal values. So set your values before you do anything in the world, because the thing is that if you know how, where, what to do, and even if you not have quite just got it yet, but have like the idea, then you're good to go, because that you have that state of mind is that's what I want to do. Because when you have so many things that you do one thing, leave the other, and then so many things, it's just that you're like, okay, what am I? And then that's where you go on soul searching trips. I mean, that isn't bad, but just search yourself before the process begins, because in between the process you'll be stuck in a very let's say a very difficult and uncertain phase of your life and a point of your life.
Wow, that's a very, very, very powerful one. I wish I can continue. I have so much I want to ask, because I'm a very curious person. And I love your energy. I could feel your energy from a distance to this studio. And I am so excited to have you, and hoping someday we could have a project, be it in Pakistan or in Turkey. I'm really looking forward to meeting with you in person, Rehan, Fatma. Let's go to the last questions for the day. Possibilities with Easther. As you can see, you are one of the ambassadors for possibilities, because people get to learn a lot from you. Can you give your final advice to possibilities and also NTR TV viewers as our last question?
Yeah, so the message I like to give out on the name of possibilities is, everything in this world is possible when you are taking consciously the steps that are needed. Now, not everybody knows the steps to that. Make a mentor, meet somebody on social media. Guys, we have Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn. We can meet anybody that we want now. You can ask your parents, ask somebody that you trust. And I feel, and I know, and I haven't quite seen any of you, honestly, that are watching this, besides the one that know me personally, but I know that you're beautiful. I know that you can change, impact the world. And I remember when this COVID-19 hit the world, I was like, oh my God, what if I get it? Oh my God, but I'm too impactful, and I'm too special to just be out of action. And it isn't just me that was, just being like that. And I somehow, to some people, sounded selfish. But my thing is that everybody in this world is able to change the world upside down for a greater cause. So I feel like be that one person. You want to contact me, my Facebook is Raheen Fatima. That is where I'm most available. LinkedIn is the same, and my Instagram is the same. Though Instagram I'm not so active on, just honestly. So just text me there, drop an appropriate text, and I reply it, and I help you on this journey. And if you want to be an advocate for love, care, and respect too, you could always join me, and the same process for that as well.
Yeah, that is right. And Fatima, I am so happy that you've mentioned. And trust you me, I'm going to pull them through there. And I'll always be on your page every time. Okay, we are coming to the end of the program. And thank you so much once again, Rahan Fatima, for having you on our program. We have learned a lot from you. Personally, I have learned a lot from you. In fact, I feel like, Esther, what have you been doing with your years? You're 35. What have you been doing? This lady made a huge success within 2 years. But that's why we have possibilities. So thank you again, Rahan Fatima, for this program. And to our great viewers, we are coming to the end of program for today. I hope you have picked a lesson from this young, powerful lady, woman in the form of a teenager. For me, I see this lady as a whole inspiration. And there is so much I feel we can do to encourage our youths, to encourage our young ones. When we start at a younger age, when we realize our potential at a younger age, I'm telling you, the number and number of community environments, the world that we will impact is greater and greater and greater than even an adult who start at the age of 60. Now, I am not saying at the age of 60 is too late. No. My point here is to encourage our parents to please look deep into our young ones and see where their inner potential is. If they are bringing up a project, please try to listen to them. And the younger ones, do not forget your purpose, okay? Try to learn, try to study, when you're on social media, please filter and know what exactly you are trying to do. Like what our sister here made mention, she said, when your mind is clear and you propose this clarity to your parents, I am sure every parent wants to see his or her child progress. When you have the clarity, most times it gives you the advantage of getting a go from your parents. So please keep watching Possibilities as I bring to you more motivational speakers and also people with a very positive and possibilities mindset. Stay tuned and keep watching NTR TV. I am still Esther James, bringing to you Possibilities. See you again next time. Thank you.